we got any further. Okay, Kim, I was going to read your comment. I'm a star beauty consultant working on becoming a silver leader. Kim, that is awesome. You are in the right place. I have no doubt you will grow your team through this boot camp. So I'm super excited to see what you do with that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So this evening, what are we going to be discussing? First, we're going to be looking at why you should build your own team and what that can do for you. We're going to look at your warm market. Last night, we talked about your cold market and going up to complete strangers and having those conversations. You can totally do that with your chance encounters and building your team. But I want to kind of focus, since a lot of people are new to sponsoring, I want to kind of focus on your warm market, and we're going to start there first, and then eventually you can go out and have those chance encounters and cold, chance encounter for the sponsoring side of things. We talked about the grow method last night, but tonight we're going to talk about how you can incorporate grow into sponsoring. We're going to look at example conversations. I got a lot of great feedback from you all from the email I sent last night that you appreciated having the words and the verbiage, which love to hear that. And lastly, we're going to close out with a call to action and those same coaching questions from last night. So if you guys are ready to go, let me know in the chat. And it looks like, yes, a lot of people are ready and raring to go. So love to see that. Sonia's ready. Perfect. All right. First, we said we're going to talk about why build a team. Well, there's lots of reasons to build a team, you guys, but first and foremost, you gain personal growth and development as a leader, and you'll discover what being a leader truly means, and you can empower others and even yourself. You get to learn even more about the Body Shop at home. You will receive exclusive trainings, okay, sneak peeks, and lots of other amazing perks that come with leadership. Next up, extra income. Of course, we know that's a perk, but think about it. If you haven't started a team yet, which I know several of you guys commented in the chat that you're not there yet, you have an opportunity for another stream of income. So we don't want you to leave that money on the table. And then lastly, you'll be looked up to as a coach, an encourager, someone's cheerleader, and you get to encourage other people to reach their goals and your dreams, which is really exciting, right? Okay, now, what kinds of leaders are they? We have, kicking things off, small but beautifully formed. You like to help others. And maybe if you're just starting out in leadership, you have a small team, this might be you. So you like to help others. You want to be in the loop on secrets, receive perks, but you also want the leader income. And you're really happy and content to manage a smaller team and perhaps work alongside others with commitments. All right. So if that's you, tell me in the chat. Moving up to growing and developing. You want and need extra income. You're prepared to work hard and put in the hours for the ultimate gain. And then lastly, we have big is beautiful. I love this. So you really want to take advantage of this opportunity and you're going big, go big or go home. You're not going home. You're making this your all. You're giving it your all. You're developing people to become leaders themselves. And Andrea says, big for me. Lisa big, Tanya big. Love that. Thanks for jumping in, guys. It's great to hear. All right. Now, I got to pause. Colleen, I'm a platinum leader. And now on to Ruby. Absolutely. I'm seeing lots of that. Big, big, big. Beth, I want to start small and grow big. That's great. That's a great way to look at things. LJ, go big or go big or go home. Perfect, you guys. Now, we're going to pause. And I want you to grab a piece of paper, pen, pencil, whatever you have hopefully laying around, or maybe you could just take some notes on your phone. We're going to walk through these questions together. And there may be a lot of people in your warm market that you haven't approached about the business side of things. And that's okay. I think sometimes we would rather talk to, maybe this is just me, you guys let me know how you feel. Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger about the business side of things rather than someone we know. So tell me in the chat, do you think it's easier to talk to a stranger or somebody, a friend or an acquaintance of yours about the opportunity? But I want you to ask yourself, okay, yes, stranger, I'm not alone. Colleen says either. Andrea says easier with a stranger. Marley, easier to talk to a stranger. Okay, so we have to reframe the way we're thinking because it seems like we're all kind of on that same page. But take a step back and reframe it. When you think of, oh, kind of like what we talked about last night. Oh, I'm bugging somebody. They're not going to want to do this. We don't know until we ask. So kind of, wipe that mindset away and that negativity. We're going to wash it all off and start fresh. So ask yourself, who do I know? So Beth, who do you know who is outgoing? Amber, what about you? Who do you know who is outgoing? Write that person's name down. Next, who do you know who loves beauty products? My friend Janine, she immediately pops into my mind. My friend Maggie, super outgoing. I know there are people coming to your mind, so write their names down. All right. Amber says Tanya Mitchell, and she just joined. All right. Well, Amber, you're asking people. I love that. And then next, who has a voice? Who is not afraid to stand up for what they believe in? I'm thinking of our activists. Lisa's on, she's an activist. So I'm thinking about people like that. So who just loves a good cause? Next, who lives a healthy, green, crunchy lifestyle? I know my friend Kelly's popping into my mind. Michelle, I call it picking your dream team. Michelle, that is amazing. I love that analogy. So yeah, if you could put together your dream team, who would you have on it and why? So yeah, make that list. Next up, who works part-time or could benefit from some extra income? Unfortunately, I have a lot of friends who are, they're still struggling to find work after COVID layoffs. There's been so many changes over the past year. So do you know anybody like that? Maybe they're a stay-at-home parent. Not that that isn't a job in itself. Trust me, been there, done that. But for me, I missed having friends. I missed having, not that I didn't have a purpose, of course, but it's different. You miss that community and just, being a leader and having something to do other than, outside of your home. Who do you know who's retired or maybe moved to a new area, or they love being part of something. They want to be part of a community. Now, you guys you can screenshot this, come back to it if you want. I know it's kind of hard to do it on the fly, but come back to this if you need to. Like I said, screenshot it, take a picture. But yes, like Michelle said, pick your dream team. Now, we talked about the GROW method last night. And again, I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. So if you're not on mute, if you could just mute yourself, that would be super appreciated. Thank you. So grow your business by sponsoring. Okay, so same method applies. Grow. Get to know those needs and wants. You may find out that they want to be active in their community and connect with others and build friendships. Then you want to continue on, be that gardener and dig. And after digging deeper, you could then recommend the solution to what they need, which is the business opportunity, and then offer that opportunity. A lot of people come to the O and what do they do? They freak out. They get scared. Oh, I don't want to ask. I don't know how to ask. I don't know how to close. That's why we do these trainings. And I heard a lot of that you guys were a lot of you were kind of at that stage. So we're going to work through the O, offer the opportunity. And then just like last night, of course, we have the W, work to establish next steps, but we're going to talk about the W in next week's boot camp. Okay. And we have a conversation. So again, G, get to know those needs and wants. So here we have two friends, acquaintances, what have you. They're getting together for coffee. And Heather, she is the consultant in this case. Okay, so here we go with that sample conversation. Hey, I'm so glad we can meet for coffee. Oh my gosh, me too. I've been so stressed out lately with kids and work, and I just needed some friend time. Whew, same here. What's been going on? Oh, the usual deadlines and presentations. Then the boys have soccer, which takes up any free time I do have. I'm just rarely interacting with anyone over 14 these days. I get it. If you could live your best life, and I know that's a random question, but what would that look like to you? Well, I'd have less stress and I'd travel more. I'd have more time with my friends, plus plenty of money to take the kids on fun trips. All right. So we're going to keep going here. We're going to dig deeper. So Heather's asking more questions. All right. She's uncovering more needs. I love that. Have you taken the kids anywhere lately, or are you going anywhere fun for summer? You know, unfortunately, no, because work cut my hours. So I'm really trying to budget, and it's not fun. I totally understand. I've been there. That happened to me a few years ago. What would it mean to you if you had more money for those kinds of things? Oh man, it would mean great memories and experiences for the kids and I. Plus, it could be a really great time for us to spend time together. All right, so let's take a step back from that conversation. What are Stephanie's needs and wants? Tell me in the chat. After listening to that conversation, seeing the words, what do you think Stephanie needs and wants? Marley, flexibility. Yeah, absolutely. Andrea, vacation and adult conversation. Love that. More money, family time, work from home. Jessica, time with family. Absolutely. You guys are paying attention. Gold star. Loretta, income and travel. Definitely. So right on the money. So those are her needs and wants. And again, tell me in the chat. I like these to be very, very engaging. I want to read or want to hear from you guys as much as possible. So next question, how can Heather use this information to link to the opportunity? What would you say? Type a little next step. Jessica, filling the gaps into finances and freedom. Oh, I might have to loop that into a training, Jessica. Finances and freedom, the 2 F's. I like that. That's really good. And then lastly, that's kind of a longer thing to put in the chat there. But lastly, how do you think Stephanie feels during the conversation? How do you think having this conversation make her feels? And to the previous question I asked you guys, Deanna says, give the solution to her concerns. Now, I think it makes her feel like Heather is interested in her life. Deanna, hopeful. I love that. So I think it makes her feel heard and like her friend cares for her. Yeah, Jessica, yes, comfortable and as if someone is taking the time to care about her. Absolutely. All right. Now, so we got to know needs and wants. We are digging deeper. And then here we go with the R and the O. So recommend the right solution and offer the opportunity. But remember, before we recommend, we have to clarify. Remember last night we talked about clarify and connect the dots. So here's where we kind of tie all of that in together. So Heather, picking back up the conversation, sounds to me like some extra income would come in handy to take the boys on vacation, right? So you can see with that right there, she's clarifying with it, right? Then Stephanie is confirming, definitely, especially with my hours being cut. And then here we go with offering. So don't get scared. Keep going to this last step, you guys. Heather says, you know what? I would love to have you on my team as a body shop at home consultant. It's a great way to earn extra money and you can do it on your own time. Everyone on my team is fantastic. It's a great community. Plus, it's something that you and I can do together. This could be a great way to fill in the gaps with your hours being cut, and you could take the boys somewhere fun. What do you think? All right. So again, friend talking to a friend. Andrea says, I love that so much. Well, Andrea, I'm glad. So again, and not every conversation is going to sound like this, you guys, completely open and transparent about this. But again, here's how you could word it. So it's just an example for training purposes, but try to incorporate some of these questions or conversations with the people that you know. We have our list. Now reach out, now that you have the wording and the verbiage, reach out and see what happens. You could have a new member on your team by tomorrow. You never know. Marley says, I love the line, it's something you and I can do together. When I was writing, it popped into my mind. And I love that too, because I think it helps that person feel supported and like, oh, I'm not going to go at this alone. So Marley, thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic to hear. Okay, again, going back to grow. So we're continuing the conversation. We're listening for needs and wants, going back to the open-ended question. So if they're saying whatever they're telling you, and again, these are examples. So why is having community important to you? What would added income mean to you and your family? In what ways do you think personal growth and development are important? Okay, so depending on, I mean, those are some pretty great questions. You're going to find out a lot. So again, dig deeper, ask those kinds of open-ended questions. And again, I have some more for you guys. I mean, there's a lot, but I figured the more the better. I'd rather have more to show you guys than just a couple. So here we go. What would a flexible schedule mean to you? Why is being part of a community important? How do you feel personal growth could benefit you? What would more income mean to you? And not just mean to you, but I like this follow-up question. What could that mean to your family? And then why is having friends important to you? So again, just some more examples of open-ended questions, and then we're going to keep on going with digging deeper. So again, asking those follow-up questions. What would more family time mean to you? How would it feel to be less stressed? Love that question. And then what would your dream life look like? That's a really fun one to have with your friends, because you may think you know them, but they may come out of left field with something that you didn't even know about. So it's really about having just meaningful, sincere connections and conversations. Again, authenticity is key. No forced used car salesman here, right? Okay. Now we talked about, I'm going to pause for a second. Michelle, you are letting her qualify herself. Definitely. Thank you, Michelle. And then recommending a solution. So here we go. We're weaving it all back together. We're clarifying needs and wants. It sounds like you would love extra income to travel. Okay, you're connecting the dots. I think this would be a great opportunity, don't you? Or however you feel comfortable with that closing question. That has to come from you. I'm going to have a couple of examples, but you can take this information, tweak it to make it feel more like you. Then offer the opportunity. Again, have her join. I mean, let me take a step back. So offer the opportunity to join your team. This is where you got to keep plugging along. Don't do all of this work to stop now and back down. Keep going. And if they do say yes, and we're going to get to this next week, but if they do say yes, make it easy. Sign up with them right then and there on the spot. Don't wait for them to go home and do it, because you're saving them a step, and then you know that it's done. Okay, Marley, I always stop before the ask. Colleen says, amen. Colleen, I know what you're thinking. You're saying, yes, make it easy for them and do the steps with them. Marley, I stop, or I don't do the ask and then I kick myself. Well, not anymore. Marley, now that you have this training, you are going to follow through to the very end. All right. And then again, if they do say yes, keep connected. And Michelle, Colleen, for those of you who are on tonight, who are leaders, you guys know how important this is. So that connection and keeping close to them, especially in their first month or two, that is really important. So connect with them on social media, text them. And again, I'm getting ahead of myself because we're going to cover this next week, but just a little overview of next steps. All right. I know what you're thinking. This is the same slide from last night, Allison. We talked about this. Yes, we did, but we talked about it in terms of sales. Now we can do chance encounters virtually, but through sponsoring. Okay. So go to 5 profiles a day. Again, look at what's new, what's going on in their life. Have they gone on vacation lately? Have they gotten promoted? Did they move somewhere? So take a look, scroll down a little bit. I promise you're not being a stalker. You're being informative. Okay. So take a look at what's going on in their life and then private message them. All right. So, and then end that in a question. So if you see somebody, we'll take the example we just had. If somebody got laid off, ask them, oh my gosh, I saw your status. People post everything on social media. And actually I am part of a Facebook group here in Jacksonville. It's called the Ladies of Jacksonville. People post in that group all the time that they're looking for work or looking for an apartment. They need to move. So take a look at the groups that you're in also. If you get any notifications, read what people are posting. That is another really great way to get new people outside of your warm market, but go on over and then tie that conversation in to grow. All right, here's a little pro tip. Let everyone you speak with know that they have a chance to earn a trip, not only to Nashville, you guys, but to Iceland. If I heard that, I would be like, okay, sign me up. That sounds super fun. And again, some people, like in the conversation, the example conversation we just had, she mentioned that she would want to travel more and spend more time with her friends. Well, I don't know about you guys. I can't wait for us all to be together in Nashville. I can't wait for us all to be together in Iceland. Okay, Amber, I do. Okay, that's great. You're talking about that. And it's such a great incentive. Amber, you are 100% correct. This is a great incentive. So use this to your advantage. I know this information will be super exciting to hear as somebody who was thinking about joining a business. All right, call to action, very similar. Reach out to your warm market and tell me in the chat how many people, you have your list, how many people's names did you get down? And then how many people are you going to be reaching out to? Hopefully all of them, but you can start off small. Maybe you can do, one or two a day. So reach out to those people in your warm market from your list, and then aim for 2 chance encounters a day, sponsoring style, and then those 5 virtual encounters a day. And Brandy, look at you. I'm asking 10 tomorrow. Yes, I love that. That is amazing. Tanya says, I can't wait to finally meet my team in Nashville. I know that is going to be so much fun. And it's during the perfect season too, during peak. And if that hotel is beautiful, I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but I haven't been there during the holiday season, but I was there during the summer a couple of years ago. But it's huge and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. There's really nothing like that. So I can't wait to go for the holidays. And then, so your virtual encounters, chance encounters, warm market, follow up. Again, we're going to get into that a little bit later, but still, don't let the mindset that, oh, I'm bugging them. I talked to them a couple of days ago about the opportunity or about purchasing a product. You're following up on something they told you that they needed and or wanted. Okay, so follow-up is key. We're going to go into a lot more detail on follow-up in the upcoming weeks. And then lastly, be consistent. Have these conversations with your warm market, with your cold market, virtually. Have these every single day. And I have no doubt that I will see you in Nashville and Iceland. All right. Now, coaching questions. What would you say are your biggest takeaways from today's sponsorship bootcamp? And I'll let you think about that because we covered a lot. So think about that, pop it into the chat. Or maybe you had a really big aha moment. Tell me what that is. Andrea, my favorite is always the example wording. Perfect. Glad that could help. Sonia, identifying team members. Awesome. Amber, how to ask questions that they can relate to. Yeah, that's really key. That's super important. All right. And then if you're in leadership and you're on tonight, Loretta says open-ended questions was her aha moment. Sandy, five Facebook profiles. Great. So again, if you're in leadership, how are you going to encourage your team to take this information and plug it into their business? And then also, we talked about Nashville and Iceland. How can adding to your team help you get there? Okay, they're going to go hand in hand. Kim says, how to pay more attention to conversations and what they need. Absolutely. Kim, I don't know if you were on last night, but we talked about listening and, taking mental notes. Put down your phone, really just listen. I think a lot of times we get again, this is a new concept for a lot of us. So we're talking, and we're nervous, and we're talking to them about Nashville, Iceland, our causes, how great our products are, how much money you can earn, the BEP, all of that. There's so much information. I like to call that word vomit. I hope that doesn't offend anybody, but we need to stop talking at people and we need to just take a breath, chill out a little bit, ask questions, and then just listen. And again, connect those dots. Can we help them with the business opportunity? Can we help them with a product? So again, Deanna asked more questions to learn more about them. Amber, I definitely need to calm calm my butt down when recruiting. I mean, you know what? You're not wrong. I feel like a lot of people are in the same, in the same boat. So yeah, listening ears, you can make probably more of an impact if you listen to what they're saying rather than talking at somebody. Okay, and I think, all right, closing out with a quote, make a habit of trying new things. And I think for a lot of people, maybe I'm speaking for you, but I think for most people on tonight, sponsoring and having these conversations and growing your team, it is something new. And that's okay. You have to start somewhere. I know our rock stars like Michelle, Colleen, all of our leaders who are on, they started somewhere. All right. They started with one conversation. And then that conversation can lead into another one and another one. Colleen, let it go. Stay in the moment with the person you have chosen to have the conversation with. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and come back to you guys. Oh, it's so nice to actually see everybody's faces. I love this. I can only see the chat and the slides when I'm presenting. But you guys, thank you for being on. Appreciate your time this evening. And again, as always, if you have any questions, let me know, email me. I'd love to help you any way I can. And then we will pick things back up next Wednesday with our sales bootcamp module 2. And then again, next Thursday with our sponsoring bootcamp module 2. So we'll see you guys next week. I can't wait to get back together next Wednesday and hear about all of your chance encounters, about how you reached out to your warm market. And I just can't wait to see what this does for your business. I want to see you in Nashville. Definitely see you guys in Iceland. We're gonna have so much fun together. Tracy is very helpful. I love that it was helpful. Thank you for sharing. You guys are so welcome. So great to see your all's faces. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. I hope you're enjoying this boot camp as much as I am. I just think it's fun for us all to be together and learn and grow. All right, guys. So bye, Amber, bye, Loretta, bye, Kim, bye, Patricia, bye, Brandy. You guys have an amazing evening. Thanks so much for all you do, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Yvette. Bye, Gail. Bye, Debbie. See you guys.